Good evening. It is 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Dave Glovin, Boogie With Bull Uncensored on Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. We made it through the November election, maybe better than a lot of people expected. And I'm still kind of lost. Every day I hear this person in the Senate may not vote for this one of Trump's appointees. These 30 senators may not vote for this one of Trump's appointees. It's all messed up. It really is. Come on into the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook and take part in live chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Turn down before you went on. So the live chat on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook is up and running. And we're live on the Boogie With Bull YouTube channel, which also has a live chat if you want to be over there. Matter of fact, from time to time I tell people, if you watch me on Facebook, go over to the Boogie With Bull YouTube channel one night and subscribe to the channel, like the channel, watch some of the broadcasts over there, the history of Boogie With Bull, and share the broadcast, share the channel with your friends. Have them come over and do the same thing, because you never know. We're here on Facebook one day, we might not be on Facebook the next day, and I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Okay, I've been saying that for 15 years. I'm here on Facebook, I'm the admin group owner of this group, and it may be gone tomorrow. Or that group may be gone tomorrow. Or I'm an admin in this group, and it may be gone tomorrow. Or I will broadcast 5 times a week, and they may be gone tomorrow. Don't really care anymore. Okay? If Facebook flipped the switch tomorrow after midnight and I could not come back to Facebook, I guarantee that will not be the last place you see me on the internet. I just don't want to worry about it anymore. We have a plan. It's all set up. Maybe we should just put that plan on. Anyway, I like X. If you're not on X, the old Twitter, go over and join X. It's everything that Facebook isn't. And everybody is over there. I'm at Boogie WT Bull over there, at Boogie WT Bull. And I retweet just about everybody. I follow just about everybody. I comment on just about everybody. Got about 1,600 people that I follow and about 1,300 people that follow me. So we're balancing out relatively quickly over there. And whether or not get the broadcasts on teams that go about the broadcasting company, does not everyone ask you for money to monetize anything, really, to help us be able to be everywhere we can and everywhere that we're not. Okay? I decided I wanted to do this, and I decided that I would do it as long as I can afford to pay for it, and that way I hold true to me and to the people watching. Good evening, William Grant. He's the first one to be on the Boogie With Bull live chat on the Dave Glovin profile over here on Facebook. It's kind of hard when I'm here myself to get the shares going. I used to do the Xander Gibb Memorial pre-rehearsal where I read off the groups as I was doing it, but unfortunately Facebook has restricted me to 3 shares of the broadcast at a time, which means that in order to do 90 shares, I have to do about 1 billion sets of 3 shares. So a lot of times I say we will send it out after the broadcast is over. We'll post the podcast everywhere we can. If you're watching, please take it and share it everywhere you can. If you're on YouTube, take it off of YouTube and share it everywhere you can. And maybe one of these days we'll get more people to be on the broadcast, and we'll get more people to watch the broadcast. This is a unique broadcast in that sense that when I created this, it really wasn't supposed to be me rambling off in front of a live camera every time we were on telling you what I think. It was I wanted to hear what you think, what you think we should do. I can only tell you what I think we should do, and it may not be what you think we should do. So always come into a live chat and tell us, ask me for a link, and as long as I can get a hold of you on Messenger, I'll send you a link, and we'll let you come on and be part of the broadcast. If you like it, you're more than welcome to join us Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, and you're more than welcome to join us on Monday and Wednesday mornings. Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we do what I call Boogie With Bull Uncensored, and on Monday and Wednesday, usually Randy Rhodes, Chuck Cook if he is available. Anybody else who wants to join us, we do Boogie With Bull Morning Caffeine. And so we're kind of regrouping the whole Boogie With Bull broadcast right now and trying to figure out what we're going to do in the year ahead. We're still God-fearing, loving, conservative, patriot, MAGA, America First people. None of that has changed, okay? I still support Donald Trump. I don't support everything that Donald Trump says. I support most of the things that Donald Trump says. And you know what? If you don't follow, if you don't respect Donald Trump, if you don't agree with everything he says, that's great. But do me a favor. Don't just hate him because he's Donald Trump. For the media get taught you over 2016 to 2020, you're supposed to hate him, and that he did every crime conceivable against the citizens of the United States from 2020 to 2024 to prove that he's not the terrible person everybody made him out to be. And you know what? You got to kind of look at it from this point of view. The Justice Department, Jack Smith, is working very hard to close out or get every case remaining before the Justice Department right now closed out, either dismissed and gone, or some kind of sentence. And the Trump organization and the Justice Department can try to resolve it however they're going to resolve it. Should he pardon himself? To be honest with you, no. If he had the ability to pardon himself, and he did, as much as I think he should, it just tells America, spend a lot of money, convince a lot of people to vote for you, and become president, and you can pardon yourself, then that's why a lot of people are going to spend a lot of money and try to run for president. It doesn't mean we're going to get the best person to be president. It just means we're going to get the most guiltiest person to be president so that they can be president of the United States about it. It's probably the toughest job you can ever imagine because you are on call 24 hours a day. You have to make decisions that nobody else can make for you. You just have to make that decision yourself. And you may get woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You may all of a sudden get a phone call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't really matter. You are the guy or the lady that will hopefully one day not be put in that situation. If you are put in that situation, you'll know exactly what to do. You have a lot of people advising you. You have cabinet secretaries. You have this director, that director. You know, but at the end of the day, still, it's you making the decision, and not everybody is going to be happy with the decision that you make. And maybe one day everybody will. You know, you talk about it's necessary really to deport 15, 20, 50, 100 million. I don't even know at this point. I don't know if the Department of Homeland Security does, but like 15 million people that are here illegally. I personally believe before we deport anyone is they all need to sit down with Immigration Criminal Enforcement, which is ICE, and decide whether or not any of them deserve the opportunity to be here. Most of them don't. They're criminals. They've come here to be criminals. They're tying up and filling up our jails, which is wrong. Every one of them should be sent back to where they came from. And if they can't go back to where they came from, then a country that wants them is willing to take them. And what they do with them really But we really need to start focusing on us first. We have this new thing, Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to try to go through and cut out a lot of BS in our budgets and save us a whole lot of money, create a whole lot of money that can be used for what it should be used for. Our government will be thick and ready to rock and roll for citizens of the United States of America. And that's what they need to do. I can't believe that Joe Biden really has to do that because, as we were talking last night on the American Rebellion, $4 billion to help poor countries start their own international banking system. So there we go. We're going to give money to countries around the world to start something that they do, which means that we're going to go in there and run it for them, which means what? More money laundering in these countries, more the United States trying to go in and take over these small countries. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay? If we have $4 billion a year that could swell up to be like $16 billion over 4 years, no. That we got 4 billion that can swell up to 16 billion over four years of President Trump of the United States of America. Helps bring our gas prices down, helps bring our food prices down. Takes away China, kicks them out of 300 and some odd thousand acres of land they own, puts Bill Gates in jail for, 40,000 acres of land that he owns is just sitting there that nothing is happening. And we're importing and we're importing and we're importing and we're importing and we have no idea what is going into that crap and it's wrong. You know, way back when I was growing up, there was a TV brand, Curtis Mathis. And it was believed that Curtis Mathis TVs were the finest TVs in the world. And it cost $1 bazillion to buy one. I can't remember how much it was, but it cost $1 bazillion to buy one because the American workers who built them were making good money because they were selling a good number of TVs. You know, we're the United States of America, waiting for the money that they get. People pay money into Social Security for 40 odd years, 50 odd years, 60 odd years. Now they're trying to get it to 70 or 80 years. You make less on Social Security right now per month than if you get a job at McDonald's, which pays you $25. I'll clean toilets at McDonald's for $25 an hour. I'm not proud. I'll wash floors at McDonald's for $25 an hour. I'll do anything at McDonald's except work the fryer later because I'm too afraid that one of these days that's going to explode in my face and I'm going to burn my face. So don't ever put me on the fryer later. Put me on the frappe machine, and I guarantee if you put me on the frappe machine, I will learn how to fix it in my sleep. If you call me and wake me up, I can tell you how to fix it. I'll make sure it's always working perfectly. Why? Because that's about the only thing at McDonald's that they haven't really reported on how infected and how screwed up and how much toxins are in it, but it's still about the only thing I ever want every time I go to McDonald's or drive by a McDonald's. But anyway, we're live on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook. We're live on the Boogie With Bull YouTube channel, and welcome to come in and tell me what's going on in your world. Jen Woodruff is supposed to join us. I'm hoping Jerry Michaels will join us, maybe Daryl Rector, maybe Nikki Young. Michael Anthony had stuff that he wanted to come in and talk about. And, If they do, they do, and if they don't, then I'm here doing what I do best. So right now, we'll kind of go in and we'll go into here. Like I said, we can only do thanks to Facebook right now. For some strange reason, on this Android phone, I can only do 3 shares at a time. I haven't been able to figure out why. So Boogie With Bull Uncensored public group that everybody sees on Facebook. Doesn't matter what your political version is. Doesn't matter what anything you do on Facebook is. Everybody on Facebook sees Boogie With Bull Uncensored public group. You can be a member if you want to be a member. Members don't have to have their posts approved. They can just post right in. Participants, your posts have to be approved. Why? Because we had a serious problem in the past with garbage being posted all the time. And the only was to take it and put mandatory post approval everybody. And if we didn't, then I was going to have to take the group and make it private. I don't know. Could go private, but I really don't want it to be private because I want everybody to see that group. Don't care what you post in that group. It's not just a political group. It's anything you want to post in that group that you want people to see on Facebook. And by when I say anything, yeah, there are not any things that I want you to post in there. And if you do, you won't be able to post in there anymore. But let's try this into there. We have to just do a whole bunch one at a time to get things shared. If it's not in your group tonight, let me know. And if it's not in your group tonight, it's probably going to be because it's a little bit rough getting started tonight. But if anyone's out there, as I've said before, if anyone is out there, come on into the live chat on the Dave Glovin profile page. Go to the post that says we're live and come in there and tell me that you want the link. And as long as I can send you the link on Messenger, I will bring you in. And who knows, maybe just like Chuck Cook, you know, want to do our broadcasts, you might want to American Rebellion if you're trying and want to be in on there. I like sharing. If I get guests or co-anchors or whatever you want to call us all, co-panelists that want to be shared and passed to other people's broadcasts, I actually happen to like that. Main reason I happen to like that is that the shelf life of a Facebook broadcaster is not very long. You do it as long as you can, and then sometimes other things in your life take over, and you may not be able to do it much longer, so you become a guest. But, right now, I'm happy doing Boogie With the Bull Uncensored Tuesday, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Boogie With the Bull Morning Caffeine, Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Bill Muckler and I do Red Friday Morning Caffeine. We took away. My dad would say. We take a look at Red both around the world and in the United States, and we do a quick salute to those people. And then we listen to Bill's commentary of the week behind us, and then you enjoy a weekend, and we all start again. Well, we're on the American Rebellion, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook. And I believe Rumble, I don't know where else, I believe. But anyway, we're here and we're doing, and we're having fun. And if we're not having fun, then come on into the live chat and tell me what would make the broadcast. But oh man, I look really bad watching the live chat on a tablet, and my eyes were closed, my head was laid back, and I don't know what I was thinking or what I was looking at. But this is live radio. It doesn't get any balloons in front of my face, a spotlight on the screen so I can see what I'm doing. And just rambling and tangent-treeing about something that is not important at all. As we wait to get into a conversation of something that is important. I do want to ask people that if Dan Bongino was given the choice to be FBI director or Secret Service director, which one would you rather? I personally wonder maybe the FBI should become part of the Secret Service, or but then again, I also believe that after Chris Ray, the FBI should probably be taken down. I think Dan Bongino, with his experience being one of Obama's Secret Service agents, uh, makes him primed to be the Secret Service director. If he were to become the Secret Service director, what would happen to the Dan Bongino show? Would he still manage to do it every morning? Would it be kind of different? Because we have our Secret Service director telling us all kinds of interesting stuff we want to know every day. I never have had the opportunity to meet Dan Bongino. I wish I did. He kind of broke my heart when he took over the Rush Limbaugh show because my college radio thesis, which was what do you want to do when you graduate, was that I hoped that one day I would meet Rush Limbaugh, that I would become good friends with Rush, and I would be asked by Rush to be his fill-in. If Rush ever needed a night off, he'd call me and say, "Hey, you do it tonight." And if I ever needed a night off, I'd call him and say, "Hey, Rush, you do it tonight. Why don't you go on the college radio station tonight from 2 to 6 a.m.?" I bet it'd be really interesting. But anyway, Jen Woodruff, homeschooling mom, is here, and the website is cookiecrumbs.com. COOKIECRUM, no B, I can't remember why, S.com.
Yes. Hi, Dave. How you
Hey,
doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you.
How was taco night at the Woodruff's house?
Yeah. Taco, rice roni, and chopped vegetables. If you
Uh,
want nachos, you can do that. If you want a salad, you can have that. Anything else, I stopped. Isn't
well,
it like the same
that,
ingredients? It's
that
awesome.
usually works because taco night here, I usually have not. Oh God, what do you call it? You take everything and you lay it on top of a tortilla, then you lay another tortilla on top of it, and then you fajita.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that sounds good.
yeah, I use cheese, ham, whatever we have in in the, in the house. Taco shells are a little hard to bite these days. I managed to get the one taco shell, but if you bite it, everything falls apart and splurts out all over the place. And I don't know. So, what is new and exciting? Do you still think should we? Well, I know you favor shutting down the Department of Education and giving it back to the states. You always talk about that when you're on. Advancing homeschooling for everybody.
Right.
Uh, and what else?
Hold on. I'm just trying to turn. I don't know. My volume is low. Anyhow, yeah, I love that. What I prefer about the homeschooling or school choice is that we're not all on this, it's not one size fits
Nope.
all. And I hate that about the public school because it like totally disregards people who have things they want to do besides being industrialized, because that's exactly what it's trying to get everyone on the same page as being a good citizen and working for the industry or the corporation of the United States.
The
But they
corporation.
forget about the arts. They forget about sports. I mean, you cannot tell me one, but I hope you can. If you could, that would be great. And I don't know why, but you can't tell me one football player who's making millions and that's what he's wanted to do his whole life through school, high school, junior high. He was on the varsity team and now he's like playing for the Lions and he's going to recite the quadratic equation. I don't think so. And if he did, why? The only reason why people
We
get
are
to
freezing again
have to.
tonight. I see that.
What did you say?
Like you said, audio is in it. We'll try to see. Uh, we'll try
I
to
thought you were
see.
telling me the quadratic equation. I was like, good
No,
for you,
no,
Dave.
no, no,
But
no, no, no. Nikki mentioned that we are freezing, which I noticed tonight when I was setting it up. That we were the freezing was back. I think that's just slow internet speeds. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. The audio issues, I think we're just going to have to rip the new laptop apart, driver by drive, doing a whole bunch of other setups, and see if we can figure out where it is. And so we will deal with it as best as we can tonight. And first thing in the morning, we will drop back and punt. I will bring you on. Actually, Nikki, I think I sent you a link. But let me go back and look. I thought I did. But if I did, yeah, click the link, Nikki, that I sent you. And yeah, click the link that I sent you because I'm actually looking at the screen so that I'll see when you're in the green room and I'll bring you in. And I just got word that Jerry Michaels cannot make it tonight. And I will see him tomorrow on the Wednesday edition of the American
hi,
Rebellion.
Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
Oh, come on. You're so funny.
I, I
You're
did
funny.
I did want to ask because we heard last night that your daughter was on the way to the hospital, and we just want to make sure that everything is okay with Jasmine.
Is she okay?
Yeah. Um. So far, she's okay, but I'll give up all the details on the
Okay,
American Rebellion, though.
okay, all right, okay. I just wanted to make sure that she was okay. I didn't mean to bring up anything that I shouldn't have. I just wanted to make sure that she was okay. But we will just move along with whatever
So,
we
well,
can move along with tonight.
what'd
No,
you say? I'm sorry, Dave.
no, go ahead, Jen.
Last week, I was not in town. I went with my husband on a business trip up to McCall, and it's beautiful. It was like a vacation, but it was in the middle of the week, and that was great because when we went on the weekends, no tourist shops were open. So this was great. And we were able to get some matching cups. But what was so crazy is while he's doing his stuff for the office, I'm like at this free webinar for ADA, which stands for Americans with Disability Act. And this one, and um, yeah, I know, totally or something. But anyways, this Americans with Disability Act was passed on March 13th, 1990, and the way that they had to get this passed was it was beautiful. It was such a visual to the bureaucrats to see what we go through because I have this disability, and it was unreal to be at this webinar at the same time that okay, so I was using a wheelchair to explain to this episode, you know, and so we're at the hotel and they put us on the third floor and only had three floors, but when we set off the elevator to go to our room, there's this big placard that says, "In case of fire, please use the staircase because elevators will be shut off." And I was like, "You saw me come in with this stupid thing attached to my backside, and you put us on the third floor, and it's like a fire hazard." So that it was terrible, but it was just funny that weekend that I was like doing this webinar and it was eye-opening. And so now I'm kind of on the rampage and they're saying you got to talk to your attorney general. And I found a better thing I'll do that. I love doing that. But what you can do for immediate results is this app on your phone, and it's called TripAdvisor, TripAdvisor. And anyways, what you do is you just give your opinion or your ideas or your concerns about places you went to, especially if you're dealing with handicap issues and you have to go upstairs to get into this place. Then you just say on TripAdvisor, you don't want to go here if you are in a wheelchair or if you have crutches or if
Okay,
you
we
have a
are
cane.
freezing tonight, and Nikki, the connection come back there. The connection came back. I asked Nikki to come on just because I like having Nikki on the broadcast, but I know that he is accomplished in some of this stuff, and I want to get to hear from him. So you may see me typing into the private chat comments, not taking anything away from the broadcast, but just questioning Nikki as things happen because I don't. I'm out of track. I'm just out of. I don't have two devices going. I mean, this volume is turned. That volume is turned off. You check my phone. It's possible that my phone. Nope, my phone volume is turned off. I don't hear anything behind Jen when Jen is talking, so
Well,
that's
it's
what.
no, no. I was hearing double Jen.
You're hearing double gens. Okay, I didn't hear double gens, but that does not mean that there were not.
I'll get out and come back in. I just heard myself double.
Okay, you want to go out? All right, no, all right, let me see.
Someone's in
Let me see.
stereo.
All right, Nikki's going to try to come back in. I'm sorry, Jen. We're going to just try to figure it out tonight while we're on. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's starting to just become the problem. I didn't hear any double echoes through you. You don't hear any. You don't hear yourself echoing when you talk to you, Jen.
No.
Okay, so then I don't. I don't know. I don't know where oh, talk for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, I wanted to say it's very important that you contact your congressman, whether it's the Senate or the House. The number is always the same, and you're calling them in Washington, D.C. All you need to know is your state and your zip code. Okay, the number is 202-224-3121. And what we're saying today is just a blanket statement, which is all you do when you call them. And usually you leave a message like on a recording. But today I got to talk to two live operators and I said the same thing, and they were so happy that it was just one sentence. But what we have to do is tell your senators, who is Congress, how to vote. And what I am telling them is that I demand, you want to sound strong, don't call sheepish and say, "Excuse me, please, just wanted to say." No, you call and you say, "I demand that you use how did I say this? I don't know. It's in I posted the link to I made a meme of it. It's got bamboos in the back of it, Dave. Anyways, the reason why it has bamboos is because a group of bamboos is called a congress. And so I was like, yeah, that's what I'll use. You know how there's like a bunch of birds? It's called a flock. Well, a bunch of baboons or a bunch of baboons is a congress. So I was like, cool, call congress, tell them that you demand that Biden does not give permission to Zelensky, whether he did or not. Get your voice heard, get it heard in numbers by contacting your congressman and say, I demand that he does not allow Zelensky to send missiles over to Russia. That's ridiculous. It's so stupid. He's trying to, was he trying to go seriously, go out with a bang? He's going to start World War III. This is dumb. We're in charge of this. And so we just have to tell our employees, who are the congressmen, no, we'll tell them what to do. So
No,
that was my rampage
he's
today.
trying to hand over Trump a crap sandwich.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Or Trump gets the keys to the office. Yeah. Go ahead, Nikki.
So yeah, I figured out, Dave, it was Firefox. I forgot to go
Okay.
on Google. So Firefox was screwing it all up.
Okay. I
Firefox and all of these streaming things don't play
yeah.
well
I I
whatsoever.
I still keep seeing the orange bar that tells me that I know that we've lost the signal and we have to reconnect. That seems to be a worse problem on on Restream than it was on StreamYard.
Now,
Uh,
now you just froze up for a second, but
yeah, yeah.
I didn't get the spinny thing. Now, Dave, we've talked about your internet
There
connection.
you go.
Real quick,
Okay.
um, you said you have Comcast internet,
Yeah. Xfinity.
and well, however it works. I think you said Comcast, but anyway.
Yeah.
But whatever
That's
it is.
which is Xfinity. That's the brand name the Comcast gave it years
Okay,
ago.
so it's wired to the pole. What you said?
There. Okay.
How do you
It's
get it into your
Xfinity.
house?
Well, it's a plug and play system. It's not the house is not wired. It's not wired for it. We just went down. They went down and got the wireless router and set it up. Uh, I mean, it is easy enough that you can do yourself. My son did it. It's not that hard to
So
do,
so
but it's not a hard wired. It's not a hard wired. There's not a cable in each room.
okay, that was my big question.
Okay.
So you're not hardwired into
No,
their system. You're wireless to
that's
it.
Wi-Fi. Yeah. Right.
Okay, that was my basic question. Now I
Okay.
tell you what I did last night, and I sent you the pictures, or the night before last. Sent you the pictures.
Yeah.
That was my two different PCs. Each one has different Wi-Fi cards in it. One gets
Yeah.
extreme megabits per second. The other one gets, like 300 max. My internet speed via my uh, cable company to my house and my router is 400 megabits per second. Now my router
Yeah.
handles a gig,
A gig.
but
Right.
I'm only on wireless where I'm at right now. Both
Okay.
of my PCs had the same exact speed test, basically, because I'm not wired in. Now, you're on a shared system, apparently, because if you have anyone else in the neighborhood that's sharing this system,
It shouldn't. I mean, it's possible. I don't know how it's possible that. I mean, it's easy for a hacker to help themselves when they know how to
but
help themselves.
that
But
that download was so horrible. I mean,
yeah, my
it,
downloads were like I did one. Well, there's three servers that Comcast had that I could go on. One was near Jerry. One is in actually four. One's near Jerry. One's in Tallahassee, and two are in Jacksonville. And I couldn't get above four gigs 4 gigs up. I was getting 50, above 60s down, but to be, she's my English Jen, it sucks going
yeah.
up.
Well, don't use Comcast. Whatever they're using for their internet speed, don't use theirs. Use Ookla. OOKLA?
Yeah, that's the one I went to.
Is that what they use? You know,
I
you can
put,
you can change
yeah,
the servers in there.
right. And I only checked. I checked the closest Comcast servers to me. But can you change? I go to a server that's giving me. That
Yeah.
doesn't change the server that the computer's using, does it?
No, it changes the server that you're pinging to see what your
Okay.
speed is from that server.
Right. Okay.
So if you're picking the closest, it may be a shit server that's not
Okay.
very fast,
Okay.
but it still doesn't change your problem.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
so.
a
So
internet
what?
test thing.
So what do you recommend? I mean, is there
Well, I can tell.
some kind of exciter or booster or whatever,
Well,
or is
I
I'm
I
just
can
stuck
tell
with
you
what you got?
your processor speed has nothing to do with your internet speed. Um, whatever your wireless uh, device is in
Yep.
your tablet or whatever,
Yep.
and you can figure out what it is and what it can handle.
Yeah.
Um, but remember, it's wireless.
Right.
So at that point, it's still your internet provider. I mean, the wireless is only going to get so much. It's like I said, with my
Yeah.
two PCs, they got the same thing, and my laptop is a gaming lap. Well, my
Yeah.
desktop's a gaming desktop, but they both have different uh, uh, internet
Okay.
connection devices or wireless devices.
Yeah.
But and it doesn't matter the speed. They both get the same damn thing.
Hmm.
I thought it would make a difference. It doesn't. That's why I
No.
did that test and sent you those
Yeah.
contrasting pictures. That's two different PCs,
Yeah.
and they're both pretty much synonymous with each
Yeah.
other.
Okay.
And I'm just one room away from my router.
So am I. It's in the next room behind me.
Yeah, me too, right behind me. So, um, but for that kind of speed, eh, it's kind of crappy. I was getting the downloads. I think the most I got was like 30,
Yeah, I'm getting
and
60
then I
something.
was getting uploads of over 11, almost 12.
Yeah.
So I
So
don't know what's going on there, but I don't. It's not your processor doing that shit.
okay.
I mean, it's your processor handles graphics. It doesn't handle
Okay.
wireless speed.
Hmm. So I'm gonna
So
have to dig into this thing and find out more.
yeah,
It,
see if there's
I mean, it was.
an update. A
Yeah.
driver
Yeah.
update
Well,
or
yeah. Yeah. I talked to someone. We're gonna go through and do
yeah.
a more in
So
depth driver update
yeah,
than I did when I got it out of the box. But
but
it's
yeah,
so boring
that's
and it takes so long.
yes, it takes forever. But that's
Well,
my
the first driver, they get a
uh
billion gig,
I hear you.
get a gig a second.
Yeah,
I really
no
do.
patience, as they
Okay.
say. Patience is patience in French.
Yeah. We
But
will.
so
Yeah.
that's my two bits on that. So
Okay.
it's not your processor
Okay.
whatsoever.
Okay. And it's
It's
fixable.
something. It's got to be fixable. Your
Okay.
router might have an update that it needs too.
Yeah, that's true.
Wireless router,
Yep.
depending on
Yeah.
how old it is.
I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't. I wasn't involved in in setting up what we have in this house. In the two that we rented, we had installed an AT&T broadband in the first one, and I kicked it up to the highest speed for them, and we never had a problem. Then the last house we were in before this was Comcast, and it was still pretty still pretty fast, and I didn't have much problem. We got here, and it was just
Now,
no,
now, now, you said it's wired to the pole.
it's not
What?
wired to. It's not wired to the pole. It's it is it is the way I understand it is it's a wireless router that is connected to Comcast. How where that Earth station or whatever you want to call it is in conjunction to where we are, I have no idea.
See,
You know,
see,
but
my
it's not actually the house isn't wired to a pole outside.
yeah, see, my house is
Yeah,
through cable connection. My cable handles
right.
internet, TV,
Yeah,
and phone
we just have live streaming. We
all
don't
in
have
one
we don't
through
we don't
RJ11,
yeah, but
connection.
we don't have cable as far as TV. We get all we have is live streaming because that's how we watch TV. We live stream
Oh,
everything.
so you're basically using like a satellite system, basically.
Well, it's Comcast, but I don't know the
See, that's my point. If there's
that's
not a wire going to your
no
house
there's no
to
wire
go
going
to
in.
the wireless
There's no
router, where's
there's
the wireless router connecting to?
I believe it's wirelessly connecting to somewhere. I don't know where.
Oh, outer space,
It could be outer space. It could be Mars. It could be Jed's garage.
Jupiter.
It could be the trunk of the manual. It could be
Yeah,
connected to the manual Crown
yeah,
Vic, and it just depends
yeah.
on where it's parked at any one
Javier
time.
in Mexico down there somewhere or something.
Could
So
very
that's
well.
your problem.
Okay.
That
Now,
has to be your problem.
what if I were to take it and my phone, which it's my phone is it's straight talk, but it's usually a Sprint line. If I tether, I don't see any of that. It's expensive to to do that.
Yeah,
You know,
that'll
you
eat
know,
up your data and
it does,
everything.
well,
Now I
no,
have that
we,
Starlink. I have that Starlink that's
yeah,
just sitting here.
yeah, it's expensive though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah. I would do it in a heartbeat. Uh,
Yeah, it's the service is $120 a month, but
yeah,
it's unlimited data, um, guaranteed about 150 megabits
yeah.
per
I,
second speed.
as soon as he kicks out the Tesla phone, I think he said that it will feature Starlink as its
Wow.
Yeah,
mobile data connect. I will probably, for that reason, go and grab that, and then find out what it will cost to just tether it to that phone. But you got to raise a lot of money to do that. Jen gets. Jen gets 2 cents a year. Everybody else gets a penny a year. I don't get paid, so
I don't know about
yeah.
that.
we
I
have to
feel
sell
your
a lot of these beautiful. Man, I never really wanted to have to do any of that stuff. I just wanted to be able to come on and
yeah. Internet should just
not have
work.
the signal bother me. Right,
Yeah,
right.
Plug it in and it works, right?
Well,
yeah,
it's when I did the overnight show in California, it was that simple. If something stopped working, I just either said to an engineer that was in the building, something stopped working, or you got to go, or come in there and tell me what you got to do. Sometimes they had to rewire things into different things into the board to get it all to work. Or if it was a laptop, I just unplugged it and they handed me another one. But you know, you know
yeah.
live radio, live radio
Technology
during
makes it harder than it should be.
yeah,
It's supposed to
well,
be make things easier, but
yeah,
it makes things harder.
yeah, live radio through a technology breakdown is not a pretty thing to watch with me. The only thing in radio, if something broke down, I just had to talk. You know,
Yeah, you got a face for radio,
Yeah,
as they say.
my
That's funny.
my
So do
broadcasting
I.
instructor got me
Oh, come
as
on.
when each person was walking up to get their AA, you know, he would say he would say something about them, and as I'm walking up, he goes, "Here's Dave Glovin, the only person in the class who had a face for radio, TV. I wanted to be on radio, you know, this this is all you needed to hear. get an A, I can get an AI of Max Headroom with my voice. That's all, and permission you would see. That's all you would see. But
That's funny.
uh, or
So,
I
did you guys see that picture? It was on the news. It was a picture of Biden, and he's in Brazil. They're all meeting in Brazil right now for something, and he's wandering, and he wanders off, and I don't see any of the Secret Service around him. I don't even see Dr. Jill. It's just Biden, and he's standing like lost next to a tree. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you know what terrifies me about that is because what would happen if they lost him in Brazil and Kamala had to step up and take his place for the next 2 months? Dear God, she would
am
be number 47, and then she could start this stupid war and say, "Oh, sorry,
I
Trump,
am
even though you
just
got the
convinced
most,
that
the popular vote and the electoral college votes, we can't switch presidents during wartime." And that's what
I
scares
am
me.
just he is not. She
Keep
would
your
not.
eyes on Biden. He's like
She would
lost in
not step
Brazil.
down. I just don't think she would step down when it was time to step down. Once Trump was inaugurated, I do not think she would step down. I don't know how you get her out of the White House. Maybe you have to send Dan Bongino and the troops in to get her out. I actually said to somebody one day in a long conversation about that. Knowing Trump, he'll just land Trump Force One, his own helicopter. He'll land Trump Force One, his helicopter. No, like the picture, like the meme you did. Yeah,
On the front lawn.
yeah. He
He
can't
can
fit.
work. He can work the country from his
He
plane.
can't fit the Trump jet there, but he just they just shut it off, turn off the electricity, and power up someplace else.
Wow.
I would
Yeah,
think.
he's
She
got.
has to certify him. She has
Yeah,
to certify
she's the
him
one.
on January 20th.
Yeah, and then Biden goes
I
to the
still
Amazon
think that
rainforest
I still think
and
that is
visits
the biggest scam.
indigenous people.
That,
I mean, I was hoping that he'd wind up at a you know indigenous uh, group of people. They'd probably understand him perfectly fine because none of them, they all talk in cliques and
yeah.
Oh my
Robert, Robert,
but
gosh,
Robert,
right?
they
Robert
might be
Brunson has a question
cannibals.
for you,
They
Nikki.
might be cannibals, but they probably wouldn't want to eat that old bastard.
Yeah.
Dusty Christian.
Robert Brunson has a question for you, Nikki. She wants to know if you'll share that 20 ounce with her.
Well, yeah, I'll share a 20 ounce with you, but this is a 16 ounce. So
Oh, okay.
That's yours. No.
you're
So she
SOL,
get
Robin.
so so she gets 4 ounces less then.
You're funny.
That's correct.
All right. Anybody in
Oh,
the live chat is welcome to get involved in the.
it's pretty cool because my daughter and my son-in-law for my birthday they actually bought me uh, a little small refrigerator
Yep.
outside small refrigerator,
Yep.
so I don't have to keep my beer in the inside refrigerator. I just
It
Jerry
has its own.
Coon
Yeah.
ass engineered a extension cord
Mm-hmm.
and came from the laundry room through the dryer vent
We
to plug in the refrigerator so my beer stays cold outside.
Nice.
Yeah.
this neighborhood
That's
we were
funny.
in was all renters, with maybe a few owners, but mainly renters. And every time they a renter would leave, they would just like clean out everything that they weren't going to take with them. And one by one, until the day they were leaving, neighbors would just go by and take whatever was out there that they could use, or ask them, or can we take this? My son found a little half height door refrigerator that was working perfect, and asked them if we could have it. And I think the guy even drove it over to the house, but this room is smaller and it wouldn't have fit. And I haven't found uh, if we win the $420 million Powerball, that all might change. There'd be a wardrobe room, a shower room, a kitchen with a microwave, and a refrigerator, and a chair that doesn't squeak, because this chair is squeaking
Yeah,
all
and
the
a huge refrigerator.
yeah.
Like like in a grocery store.
I think
Stock,
broadcast. I think
stock
broadcast hosts. I think broadcast hosts should have a tap right above here. Just
right?
this is for you,
Oh,
Jen.
how funny.
This is
Hey,
for you, Nikki.
let me tell you what. This was pretty cool. The only thing that I liked about my ex-wife was her dad. He was pretty damn cool. He lives in Connecticut, or he lived in
I
Connecticut.
didn't.
Connecticut's a
So
beautiful state.
yeah, when Jasmine was 3 weeks old, we flew up to Connecticut to go visit her dad and her stepmom. And this dude literally had one of these old white refrigerators with the handle door that but he put a tap he put a tap in the middle in the door, and he had a keg of beer
Oh,
in the and he had it in his bottom. It was a two-story house, and I guess you would call it a basement at that point. Not below ground, but it's at ground level. And he had a tap with a keg of beer,
oh my gosh,
and
that's
he
kind of
and he
cool.
and oh, it was really cool because he likes beer too. So yeah, we had a good time
Wow,
up there.
fun.
Fun times. Fun times. Fun times. Yep. I miss I miss Connecticut. I just don't miss Foxwoods because I never got back all the money I spent there.
Yeah, I went. Well, we went to Foxwoods, and this was way back in the day. I've been divorced for 25 years or some shit like that. Um, but
It's
we
a
went to
casino?
yeah,
Okay, sorry.
it's a nice casino. I mean,
Mhm.
but at the time they were actually adding another hotel in the back of it, and so it was
Yep.
still under construction. Casinos are always under construction, and that
Oh,
gives them
right. That's funny.
Yeah.
that's what Vegas does. So they always don't have to pay taxes
Yeah.
because they're under construction. But we went to Foxwoods, and really nice place. I mean, it's kind of out of the way from where they lived. They lived in Waterbury,
Yep.
Connecticut. So, which is a really nice place, and they literally lived almost on the top of it. The road, everything's a hill. The roads.
Yep.
So they literally lived on one half of the hill, almost to the top. So you got to use your parking brake around there if you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Yep.
will roll down.
Yep.
But we went to Foxwoods, and that was pretty nice casino. You know, I don't know if I gambled or not. I'm not sure. I think it was just to go see it at the time, but
Yeah. When
pretty cool. with
When we go back.
the big Indian with the bow and arrow that
Yep.
lights up, and
Yeah. I, I
that's
send you.
cool.
I send you a picture of that every time I go.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. That's a cool thing to watch when they light it up, and it
Yep.
at a certain time for I guess it's
I think as it gets
a
later in the
reason.
evening, the colors. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that could just be relative to the amount of free alcohol that you drank. You see,
yeah. Like the carpet.
this is my salute to corporate big pharma.
Yeah. No, no, like the carpet on the floor, because every casino does that on purpose. There's a reason for the patterns of the carpet on a
Yeah.
casino floor.
Is there really?
Oh, there is a very real reason for that. It's to it's to distract you, basically, because
Wow.
it's so crazy. You can't watch the carpet, so you keep your eyes on the machine.
Yeah.
And you ever notice there's no clocks in a casino?
Oh yeah. They don't want you to know what time it is.
There's basically no windows in a casino except the front doors and side doors
Yeah.
somewhere. But that's off the
That's
gaming
true.
floor that you can't tell what time of day or night it is.
They don't want you.
That
Yeah.
is that is a
Yeah.
planned marketing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yep. Yep.
Have you guys seen that movie called 21? It's let's see, it stars Kevin Spacey, and he's like a pro gambler, but what he does as a job, he's a teacher. And so he has this group of kids. Well, they're not kids, I'm sure it's a college class. He has this group of young adults, and he teaches them how to I don't know what it is. It must be 21. Is that the craps table? What table would it
Blackjack.
blackjack?
Blackjack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what he does, he goes in there and he has these four students with him. They're adults and they have to wear disguises like when they go on other nights so they don't look, they don't want to be the same because the cameras will pick them up. But anyways, they all have these code names, and like one of the girls will be working with her partner who's on the other side of the table, and these people are all around the table, and the girl she'll ask for a drink, and if she goes too sweet, too sweet, they know, oh, sweet 16, that it's at 16.
Uh,
So it's really bad, and they do get
yeah,
caught. He gets beat up so bad, but it's a fascinating movie, and so that's about as far as I go as with gambling. It was a good movie, and it scared the snot out of me. I'm like, we're never gonna
They
do
got.
that.
yeah.
They
You'd
got
be
me.
surprised the cheaters
Yeah.
what they will do in a casino. And,
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing because they work in teams. I mean,
Right.
we had me and another bartender when I was bartending before I got into IT at the casino. Myself and another bartender were watching these people, and they were constantly putting in player cards all over the place.
Wow.
And and so because a lot of people don't play with a player card inserted into machine. They
Right.
just play. So what they would basically do is concentrate on the high denomination machines, dollar, $5, $500, $100, $25, whatever,
I see.
$10. And so we we broke that scheme one night, me and this guy, his name was Henri Saint Pierre. And his dad was actually worked for the FBI.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we called the tribal inspectors over and said, okay, well, we had been watching these people for months, How the inspectors never saw it, I mean, we don't know. They're too busy watching the employees to figure out how they can fire them.
Oh no.
But uh, we said, okay, here's the scam going on. They've got all these player cards, and and they're inserting it into machines that hoping that a person that comes play a machine doesn't use a card. So it was a, kind of
Yeah.
hit and miss kind of thing, but they hit more than they missed.
But at Foxwoods, they didn't. They seemed to have it down to when certain high-end machines were going to look like, yeah, they would show up with 4 or 5 different cards, but they put a card, they hit $50 on that machine, they screwed and went to another one and put a different card in, waiting for, because they knew when that one was going to hit $100 or whatever. And yeah, I'm surprised caught
Yeah,
more often than they.
well, these were all under the cards were all before. Once we busted this scheme, the casino put a limit on a player card to like 3, because they busted these people. I mean, and they had ripped the people off for hundreds
Yeah,
of thousands of dollars. I mean, just a bunch.
yeah,
Because what they do is they get all the points on the card, and then they go to the player center and cash it in,
yep.
and make all kind of money.
Win free,
Well, once we
the free
busted
rooms off
busted
the
that
play.
scheme wide open, yeah, that group disappeared. So the casino figured a way to, through the software, to put a limit on
Mm,
the amount of cards
Yeah,
you can print for a certain player in a certain period of time. But these
wow.
people had like 150 cards under the
Oh,
same player account.
come on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you think about the cheating? Not in a casino now, but might as well. The cheating is at New York, where they're like, "Oh, but we got these more ballots." What are they fighting for? They're illegal
that's,
alien ballots. They were not turned in on time, and they are not signed,
that's
but they're still going to
Pennsylvania.
count them. What it must be for Senate or New
You
York,
can't
some
do it.
other.
They're illegal.
It's
They're
Pennsylvania.
yeah, but they're illegal alien voters who couldn't vote
Ballots.
anyway.
So why are we even dealing with
Right. So
this?
why
It's
why are we worrying
ridiculous.
about counting them? It doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but the
I should, but I
um, damn election commission over there, um, they because the state Supreme Court said you have to stop counting these illegal ballots.
yeah,
You have to
Good.
stop.
yeah.
Well,
A-
well,
And they have a
here,
better plan.
well, no. Here's what happened. They said we don't care what the law is because everybody breaks the law these days and nothing ever happens to them. So we're gonna keep counting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the cojones these people have. These
Two
Democrats
But
points
have.
for
what
honesty.
what
Yeah,
I what I don't
and it was a
understand.
woman that said this shit. And then just today or yesterday, the Supreme Court said enough is enough. The state Supreme Court, not the
Yeah,
federal,
Not the
said
big Supreme Court.
stop. Enough is enough.
Good.
You
but
got to stop. And what they need to do is find these people in contempt of court and put their ass in jail.
no, they need to put the
Yeah.
yeah. Like I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. It seems to be that everybody, Democrats and Republicans, agree that he won the election. So why are we still and he had the votes to win the election. He earned the to win the election. So why are
Yeah,
votes that haven't been counted yet?
yeah,
Are
I
those
mean,
for
I guess
other?
I get I guess technically you still have to count them all anyway. But an illegal immigrant ballot that they confirmed illegal immigrant
Right.
ballot should never have been counted in
yeah,
federal court.
yeah,
Does more than just say, you defied my order, you went and did this. No, you broke the law, you're going to jail for 20 years.
yeah. They should be fired. They should be
Yeah,
fired from the whatever board they're on, election board,
it's
because
just
they're
ridiculous.
they're
Uh-huh.
blatantly
I mean,
not adhering
Right.
to the Supreme Court
yeah,
law that was passed.
True.
And I mean, stuff and cuff them. I mean,
yeah.
shit, get rid of these people because they're obviously trying to rig the system again.
Right.
And you don't hear any liberal media outlets talking about election deniers at this point because these people are blatantly
Man,
Blatantly,
deny.
denying
blatantly,
an election,
yeah,
blatantly
Right,
denying
and
an election.
like
blatantly.
Letitia James,
Worse,
okay,
worse
she's
than
in
Trump did.
New York. Letitia James, that's New York, correct?
Yep, yeah,
That's a piece
Yeah.
yeah.
of work.
And
She's in trouble.
she goes, even though this is the same thing that Kamala said, even though we don't like the results of the election, we are going to fight. And I'm like, what are you gonna fight? Who are you fighting?
She's in
He's going to
trouble
be the
anyway.
president. The next thing,
Right.
I'm terrified. They do not want him to be president.
They
What
don't.
do you think the biggest reason is? Because they could be arrested as well. They could be
Yeah,
incarcerated. Is it the
yeah.
end of the
Jack,
illegal money funneling? I'm
probably.
thinking, why are you fighting it? It's a good thing.
Well, Jack Smith supposedly is trying to not necessarily close any open, but either move them to where he's going, or just admit that they're not going to be resolved before he
Okay.
leaves because he can't. I believe he cannot leave. I believe the cases that he has assigned to him have to be resolved before he hands his job over to someone else at the Justice Department. They can't. His cases end, I guess, when he's no longer at the Justice Department. And
Yeah,
Trump evidently has got under a microscope on him and his you know changes that he can make to federal hiring laws that will, without having to go through Congress, I guess, that means that he can these people out the door.
yeah. There was
Wow.
supposed to be a big decision today with this Judge Merchan,
Yeah,
John Juan Mershon. I know it
Juan
rhymes.
Merchan.
Juan Merchan needs
Yeah, Juan Merchan, who's the most
to be thrown off the bench
that son
and
bitch is
disbarred.
crooked as a fork. It hits to the ground or it hits you in the nose. Uh, I mean,
Oh
this
my
dude
gosh.
is crooked as hell. But he refused to drop the charges today
Oof.
and said, well, we'll just extend it possibly until after Trump gets out of office.
Oh my gosh, this is a 4-year thing now. My gosh, is that
Yep.
legal?
Uh,
How can it
apparently,
be? I mean, the J6ers have they been released yet? They've
no.
trickled out, but there are still some there, and it's
Well, that'll take Trump to get in office to pardon
okay.
them. But
Well,
this Juan Merchan, that is as crooked as hell, crooked as a snake, and yeah, he's just a hateful man. Just like Letitia James and and this crazy woman from Georgia, who was
Katie
the
Hobbs.
Bonnie.
Oh, Fannie
Oh,
Willis.
no
Bonnie
Yeah.
Willis.
Fannie
And
Willis.
yeah, they're all crooked. So
Yeah,
sad, but
I
it
mean
is
crooked.
true.
The only judge in all of this crap was the woman judge in Florida that said, "Yeah, this doesn't pass the smell test with the documents thing."
Nice.
So she threw that shit out.
That's good.
But
I just want to take a minute and I'm sorry, Nikki, to go, guys.
go ahead.
Farley Valoris is watching, and if you have not watched Farley's live broadcast, you really need to. And I was watching one earlier this afternoon, and I said if you're available around 7 o'clock, come join us. And I know he is always busy and planning the next one. He is watching, and I did send him a link if he decides he wants to join us. That's great. If not, I understand. But I did want to about that. And I'm sorry I stepped on two people at the same time, Jen and Nikki. But my excuse is that both your cameras froze, and I thought you were done talking.
No, you're good, Dave.
And Farley's here, so this is great. I'm
It's all
glad.
good.
Farley is I enjoy watching Farley. And Farley,
Awesome.
usually when I catch Farley, it's when I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep. And Farley is doing a broadcast that is normally just spot on.
Spot on. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Very good.
really funny guy
Wow.
to listen to. So Farley, if you want, take the link and come on in. If you can't, I'm glad to have you here watching anyway. Just don't share this broadcast, even though we talk nice about you, because people then might get upset that we talk nice about you. You would get. No, I don't want you. That
Aw.
that
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. Bearded guys can't. So, you know.
That's funny. Yeah, once it's on video,
I'll
it's
stop on that
forever.
note. There was a time little business in California. There was a time when we had the little business in California that everybody who was on the management council, from me down, had you have a beard. So the sole girl on the beard, I had on the board, I had to go to a costume store and buy her one of those hung on your ears and stuck to your face beard until we changed the rules. Well, we didn't have a girl on the we never had a girl on the management council
Oh, that's
before.
fun.
So let me check for you. I thought I just sent it to you, but
Yeah.
let me check something.
Be right back. Gonna smoke.
Okay, Nikki's out on a smoke break. Let me see if I can get into here. Yeah, Farley, I sent you the link on your messenger right now. Just tap that top blue line and it'll bring you in. But because it looks like I did send it to you, but sometimes things don't always get sent out the way they were supposed to. But let me look one more time. Come on. You can do this. Well, no, I can't. Hold on. There it is. Yep. Yeah, I see the link there for you, but let me try. I'll send it again. Maybe if it didn't get to you, but you never know the overlords of Facebook like me one day and want everybody to be there. I sent it to you twice, Farley. Take a look and see if you can get in. If you can't, I apologize. And I will yell at somebody as soon as this broadcast is done. No, I won't do that, but hopefully you can get in. But this has been fun tonight, really. This has really been
This is great. Yeah. I
really been
miss you
great today.
guys.
Oh, wait a minute.
But we
Hold
were
on. Hold on. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Farley
Hi,
Malloris,
Farley.
who I have been bothering for probably 15 and a half years that I have been on Facebook, except for when I wake up in the middle of the night and catch him on live. And I almost have to go out of this room to the hall because my wife will
Be quiet in that other room.
Yeah, if I start laughing in the middle of the night, my wife will freak out. And okay,
Oh, he's gone.
well, I think he was having an audio problem. So
Oh,
he bounced out for a second. Let me get this back switched over here so that when he pops back in, we can get him back in. But just a smart, a smart, funny guy. A smart,
that's
funny guy.
great.
I hope he can. I hope he can join us because, like I said, I'm known for bugging people. I see people on, and I'll go on to their broadcast. And I'll go, well, if you're free, come join us at 7 p.m. on Tuesday or Thursday, and hope that they do. I invited Alex Jones the other day on a tweet on X. One of his tweets, I invited him to come join us. Let me see. Can you hear us in Farley Land?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I am I have to bow. I'm so honored.
Dave, we wouldn't want my 51,000 followers watch your stream, so I won't share it.
we would actually want your 51,000 followers if they enjoyed the show to watch the show, because I don't think we have more than 5,000 watch a week anyway.
You want me to share it?
Yeah, you can share it. Absolutely.
Okay, just a minute.
Absolutely. I think I'm more convinced that Facebook would hide the fact that I had 51,000 people. Yeah, I'm more concerned that 51,000 people that you shared it to, Facebook would probably make sure they never get to see it again.
Okay, here we go.
Because
we're live on Farley Melrose now.
Woo! We're live. We're live on the Farley 51,000 network. So good evening to everyone on the Farley 51,000 network. This is a high point of my doing this. We've done Boogie with the Bull for 6 years, and I don't know how long I've bothered Farley.
Let me tell everyone, this is Dave Glovin and Boogie with the Bull Uncensored, everyone. And I'm a guest on their show tonight. We're talking about freedom, peace, love, and hope for America.
Yes.
And Dave and I are connected in past lives, and Jen and I were married 4 lifetimes ago.
Oh, God.
She was the guy, and I was the girl. And it was a little uncomfortable. Just kidding.
Well, you said something about big important ladies. I was a high priestess to ISIS. Were you one of my warriors?
Well, Susan Schwenger was ISIS, and she told me something I knew when I was born, that I was Osiris, the god of death, which I knew that I was in the past life. And she told me that when I met her in the 90s, and my head just exploded. I'm like, because my nickname all my life was the Big O. And people said, why do they call you the Big O? Because I was Osiris, But it's a miracle what's going on. Pluto has just entered Aquarius. It's 0-0 for 20 years. I was talking about it. And Biden has lost his mind. I know Trump's on the phone right now with Zelensky, threatening him that if he should attack Russia, that when he comes in the office, America will attack Ukraine and join Russia. So I don't think they're going to launch, because it's suicide and it's mutually assured destruction. It's frightening. It's a nightmare. And I think it's going to be the end of the Democratic Party. This is the way you stab the Democratic Party, rip a hole in its chest, tear its heart out, and throw it down the toilet. That a Democratic Party. I've seen Johnson do it, and I've seen George Bush, a rhino, throw us into Iraq and Afghanistan. Now Biden and Harris with their Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran. Iran never would have happened. But Biden released all the funds that Trump locked up, and they financed Hezbollah and Hamas to destroy Israel.
Right.
So I'm like, why would we, Biden is like, I don't know if he's a puppet of Obama. I think he is. I think he's a puppet to George Soros and Obama and Bill Gates and all the evil, cabal, the deep state. And I think that it's frightening, that we live in such a time with an out of control president. This guy needs to be impeached. Chapter 20. I don't care if they make Rudy Kazudi. That I'm afraid that if he's impeached, though, that she'll go even further. I don't trust either one of them. You basically have a rabid hyena in the pig pen right now.
Yeah. If she became president, I've been saying that I just don't think when it's time to go home, she's going to go home. I just don't think that Trump will. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to just turn off everything in the White House and fumigate it, and she'd have to come running out, I'm sure. But
I never felt she was human, Dave. She has a reptilian neck. I always felt that she was either somebody wearing a mask, but in my opinion, Kamala Harris is not even human. She's reptilian. She's an alien.
Okay.
She's interdimensional. I don't know who Biden is, but that's not the Joe Biden that was senator or vice president. That's somebody. Do you agree, Jen? I mean, that's somebody else, right?
He's taller, and even
there are said to be more than one.
Okay. When we were believing who he was, Joe Biden, at first, for the first year and a half, his eyes were blue, and now they're brown, or they're not even there.
Yeah, the earlobes
are different.
The ear's not connecting to his head. People have said that that's not the way ears are, and even Hollywood mask designers have said that's not normal for human ears. So they say that when you see that one, that's got to be a fake one.
The media is so captured. They're so captured by the deep state that they're all on a script. They all say the same thing, and they all are in denial to the truth. For 30 years, this has been going on ever since Pelosi's been in office. Let's face it. She's like the Wicked Witch of the West. This woman, she makes $100 million on her salary. No way. She is totally doing illegal insider trading, and she needs to be impeached more than anyone in the government. She's a thief. And then her nephew, Gavin Newsom, is governor of California, and he's going to be the next Democrat running for president. I'm like, somebody just throw me out in the water and kill me,
Stop this now.
Yeah, I don't know what will happen. The only reason I can figure she's sitting in the House is that as a representative is that she figured Kamala was going to win. Democrats would take the House back, and she'd be back as Speaker. Because I thought that when Dianne Feinstein passed away in the Senate, that she would have asked her nephew to move her over to finish out Feinstein's seat and take over Feinstein's seat. But she wouldn't want to end up as Senate Majority Leader, because Speaker of the House is where the power is anyway.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
No.
Hey, Nick. How you doing, man? Semper Fi, buddy. Good to meet you.
Doing good, Farley.
Farley, I've been bugging Farley for I don't know how long, so I just say probably 15 and a half years. And I've only been doing broadcasts for 6 years. But every time I see him, it's like, will you please come on? Will you please come on?
Dude, I'm like so overwhelmed with, I can't even tell you what's going on. It's like crazy. But I saw your broadcast, and you sent me the link, and here I am. And it's I'm
so glad.
It's like love you long time, no charge.
Okay.
Normally it's $5, but today no charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're the No Budget Broadcasting Company for a reason. So you send me the $5 bill, and we'll probably send it back to you.
Mark Zuckerberg has my feed choked. 51,000 friends and followers are supposed to see this feed, and every time I'm on video. But Zuckerberg's like, he's my fraternity brother from Harvard, right? And he's like, oh no, Farley is exactly opposite what I believe, in my opinion. And I've got 10 million followers, and his 51,000 followers are not allowed to see the thread. But you know what? There was a time about a year ago that I wasn't restricted, and I got millions of views on videos. I got 2 million views on my cancer video, on fenbendazole, on anti-parasiticals for cancer, and I got 2 million views on the Michael Jackson video, the truth about that. But then Zuckerberg, he got wind of me, and he's like, "Oh no, we have no free speech on Facebook, so this is not happening." So I'm like, "Okay, Mark, thanks, Mark. I appreciate you, man."
Okay.
But we get out there.
No, Mark, it's okay.
I got 67 shares on my last video and already a couple 400 hits. So I'll get like 1,000 views towards the end, and that's good. We're reaching people. I made an impact on the election, I think.
You did. I think I sent out 10. I think I tried for 15, and I think I actually sent out 10. They've screwed me on the Android app, which I use to do all my sharing with, to where I can only share 3 at a time. So in order to speak to 1,000 people, I'd have to leave the broadcast now and probably wait until you do next Thursday's broadcast, and probably have got done sharing this. In the old days, I used to be able to send out 150 shares in like 15 minutes on everybody's broadcast, and nobody ever said anything. Nobody ever gave me any problem.
No, I was on TikTok with 7 accounts, and I got 1 million followers on each account, and then every one of them got banned one at a time until I said to China, "Up yours, I'm gone." Facebook has stopped. Facebook used to ban me on my birthday, on Thanksgiving, on July 4th, on New Year's and Christmas, and they haven't banned me in 2 years. But they have the restrictor on me because God forbid a guy like me should become too popular. So.
Yeah, they limit your amount of posts you can do per day.
Yep.
Dave, you know all about this.
I know all about it.
If you try to remix a reel, they only let you remix a certain amount of reels, and then they say, "Oh no, not available." So I mean, Facebook would be so much better and so much more popular if this brainchild, right, high IQ, if he would just release the dragons, right, Jen? If he would make a freedom of speech platform, oh my God, everybody in the world would be here. But it's more important to him to keep us down, to hold us down, like it's having like the information. Let me tell you, we had 75 million people cast a mandate as to how we feel in this country. They can't keep us down. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Game over, baby.
Right.
Yep.
And they want us to believe that Joe Biden got 85 million or whatever.
There isn't that many Democrats even registered. That was when
Right.
I saw that. That's the biggest crock of crap I've ever seen in my life.
Farley, did you see the graph of the voters from I don't know, it went back like, I don't know, 8 to 10 years or more, but how many voters voted in hell, it went back further than that because it had to go through presidency, so that's every 4 years.
They did a poll on,
but there was like 10 in the list, so the average was a certain percentage for each party, and then all of a sudden in 2020 Biden way up, what, 15,000 more or whatever it happened to be. So then now you get what Trump did to Kamala Harris, which I have a Hispanic aunt that lives with me,
Yolanda.
and Kamala Harris. You have to say it right.
Okay.
So I asked her. I said, I've been hearing that because there's a guy that fills in for Mark Levin.
This guy in Atlanta was interviewing,
and it means the worst you could be. Kamala Harris.
I thought her name was Kamal, and that she had transgendered into Kamala. That was a story that floated around for a little bit.
Now, all of a sudden, from 2020 to 2024, those 15 million votes disappeared. So you know they rigged it in 2020.
You know, an interview on people that counted the votes in Atlanta, the black women Democrats, and they said, were you honest in the vote count? Yes. But is it true you would do anything to get the Democrat elected? Yes. Would you beg, borrow, or steal to get the Democratic elected? Yes. But did you do anything illegal or dishonest? No. I mean, she just admitted that she can borrow or steal and do whatever is necessary. And there's so many instances. There's been like 10,000 instances where they found phony votes since 2016. And most of them, Republican votes either thrown out, deleted, torn up, burnt, burned up ballot boxes. I mean, it's so obvious. And the Democrats are like, it was the most honest election we've ever had.
Yeah.
Kiss
The most secure election we've ever had. Now we have, like we were talking earlier, Pennsylvania. See what they're doing, Farley? The Board of Electors says, the state Supreme Court in Pennsylvania said, you got to stop counting all this shit.
The illegal votes that aren't
The
even
illegal votes
registered,
with no signatures and
but
all
they're
this shit.
counting.
like what's going on.
And they all said, we don't care what the Supreme Court says because nobody follows the law and nobody has any repercussions. So we're going to continue what we're doing.
It's like McCormick.
Talk about election denial. These people need to go to jail immediately.
McCormick won Pennsylvania, but they want to do a count. They want to recount and spend millions of dollars to try to, keep the incumbent in office. I'm like, game over, man. The Republican won the Senate in Pennsylvania. You don't need a recount because they already found out that thousands of ballots were faked. I'm like, that's enough. There's so much. It's a banana republic, guys. United States is not when President Trump becomes president, IDs for voting, your driver's license, your social security number, and your voter ID number. 3 forms of identification to vote online or in person. Done. What else do you need?
Yeah.
And that way, all this paper balloting and 1950s old school crap is out the window. It's finished.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what he does.
Yeah,
He's
but
revolutionized the democracy, guys.
But Farley, you have to understand, black people are too stupid to get an ID.
No, stop. That was
You-
so. Could
that-
you believe he said that?
That is that's the
Oh my
narrative.
gosh.
Voter ID is racist. Well, it's racist. It's racist to say that it's not.
No,
I
wait.
mean, you tell these people because it disenfranchises the minority vote. But you think these people don't have IDs? I've seen reporters on the street kind of thing, and they ask, "Do you have an ID?" Yeah. Who can't get one?
Dave, they're trying to say that if you close the borders, it's racist. They don't mention the child trafficking, the sex trafficking, the human organ donor trafficking, the fentanyl drug trafficking, the cabals, the terrorist intervention through our borders. What the hell is racist about us trying to protect our women, our children, our families, and our freedoms? I mean, hello.
Just that. It's racist trying to protect them.
Dave, this thing, when they do the race card, I feel like vomiting. I'm like, oh no, not again. If you live in the inner city in the hood in Los Angeles, you don't leave your door open all night long for whoever's out there to come in and rape, kill, and drug your children.
Yeah. Borders are racist, but who today, like you just said, Farley, who today just keep their door unlocked and open for anybody to come in? You know,
Nope.
if you get one person that just decide to walk in, well, that's one person, and you could deal with them. But if that one person says, "Hey, come to this house," and now you got 500 people showing up at your house, and you need to let them in because you're racist if you don't.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay.
Well, we have a law against that. It's in the Constitution, Section 4, Article 4, says that the government will protect against invasion. So what did they do? They changed the word invasion. We invited them. It's not an invasion.
Oh,
Good God, it's so crooked.
they have a website. They have a website that invites illegal aliens all over the world to come
Yeah.
to America. You heard about it, right?
Yeah.
That
They
is,
got
that
a
is
phone app.
treason.
Yeah.
They
That's
got a phone app that Biden's regime created and sends it out to all these people
And
and
they
says,
do.
"Okay, here's how you apply, and just apply here,
Yeah.
and you're good to go. We'll
And then you-
fly you in. You don't even have to worry about the border because that's why they say, oh, the border crossings are down under Biden. Well, that's because they're flying them over the border and not
They
crossing
fly
the border.
over. Oh my gosh. Okay, one question, guys. What do you think? What is the most inhumane thing? This is what the left is saying. It's so inhumane to just send these newcomers back. And Trump says he's going to. Just as they were dropped off here, he is going to have planes that fly them back. Is it the separating of the families now that they're here? We're going to see all these psyops of people crying, oh, he had to go. Or is it because their country's going to shoot them when they're dropped off in their countries?
they're talking specifically about the millions of rapists, murderers, thieves, gangbangers, people on the no-fly list, and terrorists, not families and children. They're specifically targeting people that are known felons that countries knowingly released in the United States to create chaos, havoc, and revolution. And there's nothing wrong with that. That to me is part of our, the Constitution, to preserve and protect that. When you do your thing and you say your vows to be a senator, you say your vow to preserve and protect the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, that means invasive people that are people are saying, oh, everybody's coming to America, they're wonderful people, the Democrats, right? That's a bunch of crap. You got people that are literally eating cats. It's true. The Haitians ran out of food. They ate every single goose in the lake. They found dogs and cats. They killed them and cooked them. The media tries to make it stupid. It's not stupid.
Right.
They actually made a song out of it. They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Meow, 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 meow. That's funny.
When it comes to that,
Don't tell Randy about that
online.
song. He'll get upset.
I wouldn't let that into my property. I don't think you would either.
No.
No. I have a lot of ammunition and a lot of guns. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Nobody send that song to Randy Rhodes. He'll get upset. He'll never talk to me again.
Well, I have 3 cats. I don't have any more dogs. They all passed away, but on their own accord. But
I think if people are already working, I think there'll be hearings for families and children that are already established. They're paying rent, they're paying taxes. If they're in the United States, I think there will be mercy. I think the problem is to get rid of all the bad apples that are creating havoc and crime. I mean, every sanctuary city's crime is skyrocketed. Chicago's on fire, guys. Seattle's on fire. San Francisco is a zoo. I mean, the Democrats hide that, but it's a fact. People are being shot and killed every night. These gangs, and we're talking thousands of people from South American gangs.
13,099 specifically that came over. They don't know where the hell they're at.
Gotta be stopped.
Yeah.
So there's my answer, Jen.
And then you get, and then I think it was Tom Homan that it
Yeah,
has
the
been
new border czar.
borders on,
Yep.
and he was on the liberal CNN or something like that, and she's like, well, the woman that was interviewing her, because she's trying to put him in a pinch,
Hmm.
and she's like, well, if Trump's gonna, do mass deportation, are they gonna, you know, do more child separation from the parents?
Oh, shouldn't be
How do you
here in the
handle
first
that?
place.
No, he said,
Right.
no, you deport them as a family.
Oh,
They don't belong here anyway. None of
uh,
them. It's like, oh, touche. He said, get rid of all of them. That none of them belong here. Because
right.
most of these kids coming in, uh, it's under the cartel. They're getting smuggled in, like Farley said. And then they're going into child sex trade and the whole 9 yards. All of the other illegals coming in, the cartel runs Mexico. I mean, try to go buy property over there and see what happens to you. You have to buy it from the cartel. I mean, they run the government over there, but everybody coming over um, is running from the cartel. But that's not our problem. I mean, deal with it over there, and well, not everybody. Most of them probably, but the rest of them are, like Trump said, bunch of bad dudes. They want to come in here, run havoc, run drugs, uh, run uh, sex trafficking, whether it be children, women, whatever, you know, or human smuggling, the whole 9 yards. I mean, how many people you've seen over the past 4 years, almost 4 years now, that have been found in, you know, trucks, like van trucks,
Storage
all dead,
containers. Oh,
all
God.
all dead because of heat
Right.
and everything you can
Exhaustion.
imagine. But they do everything they can possibly do to get these people in, because these people pay. Where they get this kind of money is beyond me. Like $7,000 to $10,000 to get over the border. They pay the cartel to
Right now,
run
they
them.
had,
Oh,
listen,
it's
they
big
had
business. It's big
suggested,
business, man. Big business.
Yeah, or the cartel gives them a loan. Basically,
wow.
what's happening? Give
Now,
them a
they had,
loan.
Go
You
ahead,
got to
Phil.
go. You got to make it over the border, and you're going to run drugs. You're going to do everything until you pay your penance.
to make
Basically,
everything legal and not pay high taxes or tariffs. This is what they had suggested, and they had wanted to make Mexico, America, and Canada one. That is North America. Just make them all the same. So that way, any people crossing borders, it's not illegal. It's just North America. What do you think about that? Do you think it's ever going to happen? I
well,
don't think
Hell no. Hell no.
Trudeau will never
well,
do that.
it's
We
still considered North America, the three regions, but
well,
we have sovereign borders built
mhm,
in within that.
Dave,
You
right.
know,
they don't let you get a word in edgewise, do they, Dave?
Dave who? Dave's here? No, I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
oh,
I turned. We have people coming in the house, and the dogs are on like hyena mode. So
Well,
I
Dave,
have to turn
I'm
my
gonna
mics off sometimes.
I'm gonna have to split pretty soon, but I just want you guys to know that tomorrow is November 20th, which means we have 60 days. I mean, they blew this pandemic up to take the election away from Trump, and it was nothing worse than the flu and pneumonia. But they made COVID out to be something it wasn't, and that cost Trump the election too. Now they have 60 days to stir the pot and make another mess, maybe another plague, another pandemic, and maybe create an economic depression, recession, crash the stock market, start a war to make it as uncomfortable as possible, for President Trump and his cabinet to manage the country. And that myself, friends, is the definition of evil. The fact that the Democratic Party in this country is evil. It's negative. They don't like America. They don't like Americans. They don't like Republicans. They've already called us trash and deplorable. And the most frightening thing,
Garbage.
after that election, the president should be installed immediately without all this BS for 60 days for Biden to go crazy and throw us into a world war. Exactly. And then Trump takes office January 20th and we got World War III. And that's what makes that's the saddest part of America. And you got The View, and you got Jimmy Kimmel, and you got Jimmy Fallon, and you have Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert and Bill Maher and all these talk show hosts that are behind the Democrats like they're so great, and they suck. They suck so they can't govern, they can't policy. They're all politicians. They know nothing about business. They know nothing about diplomacy. And it makes me sick. I'm so happy that I was able to come to your broadcast, by the way.
I am so glad you came.
I love you, Dave. Jen, I love you, Nick.
Glad you came.
I need to get you on TV, man. But listen, I hope you save this. This will be saved, right, on your page, right? People got to know. People got to know that.
Saved on my profile. Saved on the book channel.
Yeah, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they are not in favor of supporting this country. God help us until January 20th. Because you know what? I don't think they're done trying to kill Trump either. I think Vance is a good second in command. Don't get me wrong. I like Vance. But, there is so much evil. It's this Christ Antichrist thing. They make Trump out to be the bad guy, and he's the Christian. And they make Biden out to be the good guy, the phony Catholic. It's like America is at risk here of a road warrior type future if we don't get these people out of their control freaks, Jen. They are control freaks, and if it's their way or no way. And you know what they do? If you can't be with my wife, if I can't be with my wife, you can't either, and they shoot the woman. Right? How many times the guys go to jail? They say, if my wife doesn't want to be with me, then she can't be with you either. Bang, and they shoot her. And that's the way they're treating America. If America won't have us, then nuclear war. And that sucks.
Good point.
It does.
Good point.
It does.
I love you guys. Love you long time.
I'm glad you came, Farley. You're welcome anytime. I'll stop bothering you now that
I think we picked up a few more listeners.
you came here, but you're welcome anytime. I might send you a link. You're
awesome.
Welcome to come.
Appreciate you guys. Got 86 people watching. And thank you for letting me get my message and my feelings across too.
Thank you.
It.
No
Speak it, brother.
problem.
Okay.
Anytime.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Anytime. Thanks, Farley. Farley Mallory. Make sure
That
you
was
go to his
fun.
page.
That was great.
And to the same person, and you have to watch him. He's really funny. He's pumped up like that. I mean, I watch him at 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes if I can't sleep. He's alive, and he is just a cannon like that when he is going. It is coming up on 9 o'clock. We do have to get ready to wind it down, but so either one of you or both of you at the same time, or somebody, can, whichever one of you wants to.
Thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you again sometime this week. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Jen. Always a to have you on. Jen Woodard, the homeschool.
Potato, tomato, tomato.
Tomato, and last words, Nikki.
Yeah, I learned the difference between a sweet potato and what's the other one that looks like a sweet potato?
A regular potato.
A yam.
A yam.
A yam and a sweet potato.
One vote's Democrat, one vote's Republican.
Well, a yam is, you can't eat it raw. It will kill you. And they will grow up to 7 feet long.
A 7 foot long potato.
sweet yam. It's called a yam. Because here in Louisiana we have sweet potato farms,
Yep.
which it has the orange inside, and
Right.
I didn't know this, but it could possibly be red or purple
Ooh,
or something in the sweet potato. We make sweet potato pies. We
yep.
all this stuff. But anyway,
Crawfish potato
I learned
pie.
that crawfish goes with anything.
Yeah.
And I also learned, Jen was talking about the Mexican food. And I asked Yolanda today. It's like, okay, because she says, don't call her a Mexican. That's the N word to her. She's Hispanic heritage. So, but she cooked uh, pinto beans and Spanish rice and and enchiladas last night. So I ate the enchiladas, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna go hook up with the other stuff. But then she also hand makes, I mean, homemade the tortilla bread. So I asked her, I said, well, what's the difference? Because I took the tortillas and I made a taco out of it, or a burrito. And I asked her, I said, well, what's the difference? What's a tortilla? What's a taco? What's a burrito? She said the tortilla is the bread. That's all it is. Like, okay. And then she said it all depends on what you put in it and how you fold it, what it's called after that. Like, Mexicans are stupid. As I told her, she said,
Don't get us in trouble. Okay. We're biracial on this.
but
Yeah.
I'm talking
Don't get us in too much
to
trouble.
a Hispanic woman. So I said, Mexicans is well,
That's true. That's true.
why would you change the name depending on how you fold it and what you put in it? It's like, well, that's just the way they do it.
That's
The
just the
puppy.
way to do it. That's just the way to
The
do it.
puppy. Who's that puppy?
With our Mexi cat Delilah, she's the executive.
It's Delilah.
Delilah. We
Delilah.
named her after that. That's who we named her after. The lady, the love song lady.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's one of the yappers you got?
That's the yapper. This is the best. This is the oldest yapper.
Mm-hmm.
She's the oldest yapper in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. When I started doing the broadcast in Connecticut, she used to lay up in her daybed on the desk and would watch. She never said a word. And if she started barking, then I could, hold on. You're stuck in the cord. Hey, you're stuck in the cord. Hold on a minute. You're stuck in the cord. Okay, let me get you out of the cord. No, I don't think I can get that ready right there. Okay, now you're free. Are you ready? Go. Okay. Anyway. All right. Anything else, Mr. Nicky?
No, stay tuned or tune in to American Rebellion tomorrow to get the story on my daughter.
Yep. Okay. We will all tune in for that. I'm glad you came here. I'm glad you were here with Farley.
And Dave, you know her backstory, and this is just crazy as hell. What they found.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's crazy.
Okay. Well,
it was.
That's all I can say.
The doctors in the hospital.
Yeah.
And everybody there were like, how in the hell did this happen? Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a good story.
All right, everybody, tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page, over on somewhere on Rumble, and I don't know if they're anywhere else. Are they anywhere else? Are we anywhere else?
I'm not exactly sure. Facebook.
Facebook.
Uh,
Yep, I know that. And Rumble.
well,
And okay, and that is where we will be. Any final words, Mr. Nicky?
bonsoir.
Bon sour. I put that in last night. You weren't even there. I still said Bon Sour to you in the live chat last night. Uh, all right, Mr. Nicky. Any final words? Once,
No,
twice.
no. This was a good show, Dave.
It was.
I
It
enjoyed
was.
this.
It was.
Really enjoyed this.
I'm glad Farley came through. I saw him this afternoon, so I figured I'd put in there if you're around 7 o'clock. I'll send you a link. Please come on. And I didn't know if you were, but I am so glad you did.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever met Farley, but he's pretty cool.
You'll see him. Go to his. You'll see a lot of the broadcasts that he does, and it's a crazy world.
Yeah, crazy,
But
crazy world.
he's an informative guy. I'm gonna send you on your way, and I'm gonna send me on my way, and got to let the wireless internet reset so that I'll be able to do something tomorrow morning, maybe.
Well, the feed's been better as the show went on. Just letting you know.
It did. It did. It's the freezing still kept, but I think we're gonna have to
Shortly
go
though,
through and just check a lot of
just
check
like
check a
half a
check a
second
lot.
at a time.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of drivers, and there may still be a lot of bloatware, as the other person called it, that we just gotta kind of go through and remove all of that, and then set some optimization that may help just get it all.
Yep.
It's better than the Chromebooks. It was a better deal than the Chromebooks. I'm happy with it. It's 16 gig of RAM, and I don't know, 512 gig hard drive, which we're barely scratching the surface on. And, the 1.6 gig processor I thought was slow because it just seemed that everything else seemed to have a faster, but
Well,
we'll get it all figured out. But I thank you for
it, it
your help with that at the beginning.
it's not meant to be a gaming system, but you could use it
No, it's
online.
not meant to be a gaming.
Yeah,
Meant
mine's
to be a
like
gaming processor.
3.4.
Yeah, this was uh, a gaming laptop. It was meant to be a step up from the Chromebooks and step up for a while. Uh, if I could have found a tower for the same price and I could have fit it somewhere here safe, I would have done that. My next computer is going to be a tower, so we'll worry about that later. Anyway, anything else?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. All right, let's see. Say goodnight.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. All right. Young from Rebellion. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday here on Facebook, 7 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page. Jerry Michaels, Mickey Young, Daryl Rector. I'm there a lot. Jen's there a lot. Randy Rhodes is there a lot. Michael Anthony drops by every once in a while. If you're watching and you want to come on, Jerry might even let you on sometime. So, downstairs at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, the American Rebellion, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you adjust your time accordingly. And special thanks to Jen Woodruff for popping in. Also, Farley Malris popping in. I'm going to go watch this broadcast again. I'm sure I will laugh really hard. Take it and share it with your friends. And again, if you do a broadcast on Facebook and you want to come on and have some laughs, have some fun, we're just low key. We don't try to get too wrapped up crazy in in what we do. Technology breaks happen, and you just got to deal with it. I lose my temper sometimes, but you just got to kind of deal with it. It's Facebook, and nobody gets paid to do it, and no one gets paid to be a part of it. So, if you got something you want us to discuss, message me, and I'll probably try to talk you into coming on and discussing it with us. We are here, Boogie with the Bull Uncensored, Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. Randy Rose and I and Chuck Cook, if he is available, are on Monday and Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And that's all I can tell you. Friday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Red Friday Morning Caffeine with Bill Muckler and I. Again, our salute to remember everyone deployed both around the world and here in the United States. And we talk about Bill's comments and we joke about it and we mention Bill's books and hopefully try to get everybody reading them as well. So on that note, it's 9:05 and I'm going to pull the plug on this one. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you you've been watching Boogie with the Bull Uncensored for Tuesday, May 19th, 2024, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. And I hope everybody had a good time watching and listening. And like I said, downstairs tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, the American Rebellion, Jerry Michaels and Company, I'll be there, Jerry will be there, everybody will be there. Everybody will be there. Everybody will be there. If you've never watched the American Rebellion before, go downstairs and watch a few broadcasts before. Go over to Rumble and watch a few broadcasts. Boogie with the Bull, the same thing. They're always on my profile. Go and watch them there. Go over to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. If you want to share something from Boogie with the Bull to another social media network, go and share it from the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. I just don't want to give Facebook any credit for clicks or whatever. So I just propose that when you're going to share it off of Facebook, take it off of Facebook of the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and share it there. But either way, I don't care. The more people that watch, the more people might become a part of it, the more people get involved, the more people will learn, and everybody will be happy. So double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. We'll slide up here. Hit this one, double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end one more time. Thank you, Farley Morales. Thank you, Farley Malloris. Farley Malloris. Farley Malloris. Thank you, Farley Malloris, for dropping by, and you're welcome anytime. And maybe we'll get you on to the American Rebellion one night as well. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to go to bed. Everybody have a great evening. And please share the broadcast if you can. Please. Because again, like I said, with the three group share at a time, it's making it really hard to try to get the broadcast out and shared. It really is. So if you can help me out with that, I would very greatly appreciate it. Until we get the technology figured out the way we wanted to up on our side and get back to getting unlimited shares. But let's see, we have 15 shares with 84 people watching live. I know we can do better than that. So watch this and invite your friends to watch, invite your friends to share. Topics you want me to talk about or us to talk about, please message me. But remember, when you message me with an idea that you want to see on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, I'm likely to invite you to come on and be part of it